Hi everyone, welcome back to Beautiful Mess. My name is Bonnie and I would like to welcome you to Illinois and to Mack from Midwest Magic Cleaning's hometown. And I'm not going to tell you where that is exactly, but here the moose are plentiful, the wolves are stocked in every cupboard, and I got a great Illinois welcome. We are going to be tackling a house together today that is not going to be a super hard one for either of us. This was during Mack's autistic burnout, and I was there to kind of support him through that. And I also needed to take it easy, especially after traveling there. I had no idea how much that would wipe me out, but I do not like traveling. And the older I get, the worse it gets. So, anyway, we are going to be starting in the fridge of this, the fridge. You guys, I'm off to a bad start already. I mean, we are starting off in the fridge, but I meant to say kitchen and then with the fridge in the kitchen. And yeah, it is not the most horrible fridge I've ever cleaned. You're probably just a very typical fridge. But what did make it challenging was that we had no water, at least not here in the kitchen. I'll show you. The sink apparently is not going to be an option because it's not even connected right now, all the plumbing. So we are just gonna have to put some stuff in a bucket and use the bathroom sink. So while I got started on this fridge, Mac went to run and get some light bulbs to replace the ones that were in this house because you'll see what a big difference they make. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell here, but it was super dim inside this house, and we both love really bright light. So he went to get some daylight bulbs to replace. Wait until you see the difference in lighting once he puts it in. In fact, he's back. That's who I'm looking back at. And so here he is putting in the new light bulbs, and watch how much brighter this is. Like a million times better, right? Does anybody actually like dim lights? Because I cannot do dim lights. I've talked about that before. I don't like them. I need a lot of light. In fact, we were even joking about the fact that you could probably cure all depression just by changing the light bulbs, right? I am kidding, of course. But having bright light, certainly for me at least, helps tremendously with my mood. So I will be switching back and forth between several different camera views because I actually ended up with all of the footage from this house. I don't think that was Mac's intention from the beginning. I think that, we were each going to do our own version of this house, but he ended up sending me all of his just to combine with mine. And so we have a lot of the same kind of view. And anyway, I tried to combine them all together. I wouldn't say seamlessly, but I did the best I could. And it was overloading my software so much that it was a lot to try to manage. But I finally got through it. Now I'm on the voiceover, so hooray.
Hello, Bonnie. I am a good moose. I am a friendly moose.
Shut up, moose! Do I need to shoo the moose? You knew that was coming at some point, right? Okay, I am actually gonna let Mac tell you about this house and what we're doing here because he knows the backstory much better than I do, of course, since he's the one that set this up. But he talked about it on the live that we did together, so I just took the audio from that live and stuck it in here. So here he is explaining what we're trying to accomplish here.
The house that we did is a relative of one of my personal friends, and some bad stuff happened, really bad. That we don't have the full story on, but even if we did, I wouldn't talk about it because it's very personal. But she ended up going into rehab and had to split with her husband, and that left the house that she's currently in to be, it needed to be packed and cleaned. Now, we didn't do like a deep clean on anything. Bonnie got the bathrooms really well, and then we got the kitchen pretty decent. But overall, we were spending 2 days in there just packing and getting things ready to move, because the people who were cleaning it were her parents, who are in like their 70s or 80s. I think they're in their 80s or close to it. And the parents have problems as well. The mom has long COVID and has very difficulty breathing. And that house had a bunch of dog poop in it and a ton of mouse poop. It was on every surface, all the clothing, it was everywhere. And so we went in and just gave them a 90% head start by packing up all the stuff and cleaning and sweeping and vacuuming and stuffing clothes into bags. I swear like 80% of what we were doing was just stuffing clothes into bags. So that's what we were doing with this house. So it's not going to be a traditional video like you see Bonnie or me doing. It's helping somebody out who desperately needed the help, but not in the normal way that you see on our normal videos.
Yeah.
So suck it.
I'm going to try to get ahead of this question here, because I know several people will ask, well, where are the wolves in the cupboards? I saw you open up all the cupboards, not one wolf. That's because they had already been packed up and moved to another facility, because there was nobody here living there currently to take care of them. So they had already been packed up and moved. That's what I was told anyway. I don't really know how this whole Illinois cupboard wolf thing works. I'm just simply passing along the info. So at this point, Mack had to run an errand, and he said something about wrangling a flock of meese or a mock of fleece. Or no, I think it was the moose were on fleek. Something like that. I don't remember exactly. So embarrassing. But anyway, I was left here to fend for myself, but at least I am a trained moose fist hunter, just in case. I do have those survival skills. I will say that Mack's editing software does a much better job of doing the sped up sounds so that they're a little bit more pleasing. But like, I don't mind them, but I know some people really don't like this little sped up chatter. So just a reminder, there is a mute button. There's closed captioning. So if you really hate that, just hit mute, closed caption. And my favorite thing about using the closed captioning is that when I'm scrubbing something, it will just pop up and say music. And I can't disagree. It is music to my ears as well as a lot of other people's. Just love those scrubbing sounds. Okay, now we've moved on to the front room, living room. I don't know what to call this room. It's the one just off the kitchen. So we're just packing everything up that's in that room. And Mack went and bought a whole bunch of totes for us to pack these into and label, make it easy, super easy for them. That was so nice of him to do that, because we didn't have enough boxes anyway. But yeah, it did make this a whole lot easier just to throw all the stuff in totes and label it. Okay, I love these little window seat cubby things coming up, except for the fact that it was not finished at the bottom and there were like exposed pipes and things. And so it was a little creepy, but I also just love little spaces like this for whatever reason. However, everything in this one was covered in mouse poop, so it did get tossed. These quilts, however, did get set aside for the homeowner to wash because, you know, they're quilts, they're special. We're not going to just toss those. Okay, it is time for our mental health break. This was the end of day 1, and Mack will tell you that in the evenings, I probably spent more time on the floor at his house while he's watching YouTube. And I just sat down there and groomed Dakota, pet Beans. Dakota was shedding like crazy, and so I asked if I could have a brush, and I just sat there and brushed her out because I love doing that. And I will show you the amount of fur that came off of this sweet girl. The picture I'm sure doesn't do it justice, but it was an entire shopping bag full of fur. And that was just from one night. Okay, this is where I started the next day. And yes, that was dishes you saw in a bathroom. This is where they have been doing their dishes, apparently, since the kitchen sink wasn't working right. So hopefully they will wash these before using them again, because who knows how long they've been sitting in that bathroom. But I was just there to pack things, so I put them in a tote. And look at all the black mold in this bathroom. This is definitely not as bad as the one house that Matt cleaned not too long ago that had the black mold problem, but it definitely needs more expertise than we had, or time. We did not have enough time to even tackle this. So, and yeah, a lot of this stuff just needs to get replaced. So that is what I'm dealing with. It's obviously not going to look brand new when I'm done with it, but I had my work cut out for me. So while I get started on this bathroom, Mack is going to be working on packing up some of the bedrooms, starting with what we will dub the tanning bedroom, because yes, that is a tanning bed that tote is sitting on. And my teenage self would have been very jealous of this setup, having a tanning bed in my bedroom. Are you kidding me? That would have been just a dream. But I have since wised up. I no longer worship the sun. I try to put on sunscreen whenever possible. Spider. Ugh. Ah! It's a fast one. I don't like this. Okay. Oh my gosh, where'd he go? I don't like not knowing where it is.
See if it went in that cabinet.
You think he went in the cabinet?
Probably.
I think it's still in the towel. But that looks creepy back there.
Here, let me get you back past me and I'll check this out. Nah, I think he hid.
Yeah, I'm guessing he ran back home to his little spider home, which is probably here. Is that not the creepiest looking spider house, apartment, whatever? I hope it's low rent. Right, I can't even see either. Is there anything beyond that?
Nope, it's this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
So I continued in the bathroom while Mack went out and started a live with his members, which went on for 4 hours. I mean, he was cleaning while he was chatting with them, just kind of in between. But yeah, 4 hours. I can't hold a conversation for 4 minutes sometimes, so I don't know how he does that. So while I'm in the bathroom working my butt off, sweating up a storm, Mack's just out here playing a little Tetris in the front room. Unbelievable. At least it paid off. He did win his Tetris game. Okay, something I have figured out with these razors, the kind that have a slight downward angle to them, like the one I'm using here. Whatever you're trying to scrape, if it's not coming off that well, try flipping it over, because sometimes just having that little different angle on it helps so much. Because did you see how that slid off just like butter when I flipped it over? I'm going to take all that off so badly, but I'm guessing I'm going to replace this, so it will all get taken off. Oh, and I have Mack size gloves, so they're very big. So even though the walls and things might get replaced, we are trying to salvage this tub because it's still in decent condition. I'm good. Yeah, I tripped over my tripod there, and this is what it sounded like from out where Mack was doing his live.
Are you good? And then Bonnie just dropped something.
This is fun. So when I went to see what Mack was up to, I found him in this bedroom just packing up stuff as though he was going to leave. And I was like, what did I do? Was it my off-color moose joke? And he said yes. So I apologized about it and he decided to stay. Thank goodness. This was another very salvageable surface, though I do wish I had my little narrow crevice cleaning brush for the little cracks there, but sponge works great too, it's fine. But also, guys, why is the tub surround yellow and this is white and the tub is white? I've seen this before and I don't understand it. It's like very fascinating to me why anybody would put in a yellow surround. And I don't think it's just because of age. Like, it didn't start off white. I'm pretty sure it started off yellow. So I just don't get it. I wonder about these things sometimes at night while I'm trying to sleep. Anybody who has moved multiple times in their lives has probably done this at some point, where you just take out the entire drawer, everything in it, you don't even pack it up because it's basically its own box. I mean, it's not super contained, but as long as you stack it properly, it works for short moves. So anybody else done that? I'm sure somebody has, right? Because it just makes sense. When you don't have enough boxes, you just leave it all packed in the drawer as is.
Hey Bonnie, did you see this?
I'm sure I did not.
See?
Ah.
Suck it! Yes!
That's my kind of joke. I like it. So I'm using Barkeeper's Friend and steel wool to clean the sink, and only the finest steel wool. And by that I mean the one with the 4 zeros. It's like the finest steel wool. Anyways, I was getting super frustrated cleaning this because I couldn't get my razor back there to scrape off any of the hard water, and it just wasn't coming clean like I wanted it to, but it is what it is. You just scrub it the best you can. And I'm finally done with this bathroom, so here come some afters. got this stuff as best I could, but it's gonna get replaced, so I'm not worried about it. So that's good enough. Okay, so while Mack finishes up packing up this bedroom, I have a couple of shout outs and then a couple of updates as well. But the first person I wanted to shout out is actually somebody that I found last week who commented on one of my videos. I saw their name, that it was Fife Free Cleaning, and so I was like, oh, another free cleaning channel. I went to check them out, watched their videos, left some comments, and was like, I'll give you a shout out in my next video. And then after I find these free channels, I kind of obsessively watch their subscriber numbers. And so they were at like 68 or something. And then the next time I checked that evening, or like, no, I think it was the next night, they were up to like 563 or something. I was like, what in the world just happened? Please tell me they did not buy some bots or something sketchy like that. And then I started looking at the comments and saw that Mack had posted something about it in his community, on his community page. And so, of course, Mack was behind that. But it was just funny that it was, we both at the same time found this other free cleaning channel and both wanted to give them a shout out because they seriously are doing amazing already with their, the video or filming. Why do I call it videoing? Whatever, filming, editing, and all that. So I think they're going to do very well. So go check them out. I told them it probably won't do much good for me to shout them out anymore since Mack's already done that, but I still promised them I would. So anyway, go check them out. And then the other person that I wanted to shout out this week is Cammy from American Wife, who I have followed for quite a while, and she's just fun. She's just a sweet, sweet lady. Love her to pieces. So go check out both of those channels, and I'll link their channels in the video description. Okay, I'm going to get started on another bathroom here while Mack packs up another bedroom. And while I get started on this, I will give you my updates. So there's just a couple of them. First of all, I don't think I'm going out for the collaboration at the end of July with Mack and Barbie because I'm exhausted. I've got so much going on here. And the traveling last time, it was kind of a nightmare. Like, I don't know if I'm just getting older and I hate traveling more, but I mean, I've never loved traveling. I like going places, but I don't necessarily like to travel, especially on airplanes and dealing with airports and TSA, and I hate TSA. I'm sorry if you're a TSA agent. They just make me so nervous as though I've done something wrong, and I just want to be like, I'm a good person, I promise. But I'm always the one whose bag gets checked because of the computer and all of the microphone and everything that I have to bring. And so airports bring me a little anxiety. I would almost rather just drive 20 hours instead of taking an airplane. I'm a wuss. Okay, back to the video for just a second, and then I will give you my other update. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just show you guys this. I have no idea if you can even see this. It's hard to see. But let me show you what I pull out of there. Gonna have to get maybe this. Anyway, it is a bunch of just hair that is colored a weird color for some reason. Yeah, can't really get it. I would need a brush, which I don't have. Okay, the next update. So one of the other reasons that I don't think it'll work out for me to go out to Illinois again is because I'm really wanting to stick around here to help out Cammy a little bit more. If you don't know who Cammy is and missed my last video, I'll link it right here. But she is the one with exocrine pancreatic insufficiency and has lost a tremendous amount of weight in the last year and a half, and was just diagnosed this last week with failure to thrive as an adult and has to have a feeding tube put in. She's only a year older than me and is already going through this. So I feel so bad for her, and I want to help her as much as possible and get her house back in order for her so she can have some peace there. And she's also going to have home health care come in. So just trying to get her place back in order for her. Oh my gosh. Cammy also wanted to make sure that I passed along a giant thank you from her to all of my viewers for all of your encouraging comments on the video last week. She's so grateful for those. And she also asked that if you believe in prayer, if you would offer up a quick prayer for her, she would sure appreciate that, because she's going through some pretty scary stuff right now and a lot of unknowns. So if you could do that for her, it'd be so awesome. Thanks, guys. I'm about to encounter a mysterious substance here. Wow, I don't know what this is, but it's like greasy. It's weird. What the heck is that? It's like greasy. Yeah, I'm still not sure what this could have been, but it was kind of satisfying to clean up. I got very comfortable with this toilet because I basically had to hug it the whole time while I was trying to clean it up. I can honestly say this is the first radiator. That's what this is called, right? I think so. Anyway, first radiator I've ever cleaned. Yeah, don't ask me what's going on with the floor here. It's like they tried to put a new laminate on it and it got folded over somehow and stuck too well, and they just didn't ever fix it. So yeah, it did bother me, but what can you do? Was a pain in the butt, and it doesn't even look that great, but it's as good as it's gonna get. Also, that's weird. think I've sweat so much in my entire life. So it's basically just this one last dresser that Mack is going to get all packed up, and then I'm going to hit the laundry room and get that swept and mopped, and then we're going to call it good for this house. And feel good that we at least helped him get a lot of stuff packed so that it's ready to go and they can just come in and get it moved. I didn't want to go try to find a mop, so this was my paper towel shuffle to get the rest of this floor cleaned. And here's just a quick before and after shot of that room. And that is where we're going to end today. Thanks for joining me on this collaboration in Illinois. And let me know if you're Team Beans or Team Dakota in the comments. And also remember to like and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.